I work with ABC Hyundai out in Las Vegas, Nevada. They use our $10 tracking tags to track the location of a key anywhere on their campus. So when it comes out of the key machine and ends up in a desk, left in a cup holder, dropped out on the lot, they can see the location of it. Additionally, they track their vehicles using our vehicle tracking tags, not only at their main lot, but also at their spillover lot. Check this out. So let me walk you through a scenario real quick and show you how this works. Let's pretend a customer walked in the front door of your dealership and said, hey, I saw this particular car on your website. I'd like to check it out. For the sake of this, we're gonna say it was 1417, this top one. I'm gonna jump in. It immediately defaults and shows them the location of the vehicle first and tells them, hey, this is at their overflow lot. So they're not at the main campus. They need to go to that back lot that they store additional vehicles at. And then if they jump over to the key, it'll show them where the key is at and not only show them, but tell them. So they can see it's down in the building, but then right above that, it's telling them it's in their key track machine as we speak. Imagine how more efficient you could be if you already knew the key was in the machine and you already knew the car was at your spillover lot. Now let's take it to a second scenario. Let's go down to the next one. We can see that the vehicle is over in the front west corner of the dealership. And then if I jump over to the key on this one, oh, this one's in the sales tower. So this key isn't in the machine. What if you knew before you even walked to that key machine that, hey, key's over in the sales tower, I need to go ask some managers about it, and I can see the car's parked out front. You just got a lot more efficient. You're not gonna waste 15 minutes looking for a key that's 10 feet away and have your customer walk out the front door. Let's go to a third scenario. I'm gonna grab this third one down. I can see that the vehicle's out on the front lot. Okay, sounds good. And then I jump over to the key. Oh, this key's in the conference room. What are the chances I would have ever thought to look in a conference room for a key? Probably wouldn't have figured that out. Would have had to pull the spare key or pull up a completely different car and hope that they like that one and then try to figure it out later. Or don't figure out later and let this key just remain in the conference room. You can eliminate so many issues using the TrueSpot app. So how does the technology work? Let's go through this really quickly. So we've got these tracking tags. They're using a system called LoRa. It's low range radio and Bluetooth. So that's what makes up this entire thing. These guys ping every 7 seconds saying, see me, find me, see me. They get picked up by a network that we set up at the dealership. Outside, I use these solar gateways, put them up light poles, and they're actively looking for those tags outside. Inside, I use these interior gateways that plug into a power outlet, and I'll stick them to the wall next to a key machine, in your sales floor, in service bays, wherever keys and vehicles might live inside. These guys are actively looking for those keys. They push all the data points to this base station that connects to your Wi-Fi. It's the only piece that touches your internet. This pushes all that data to the cloud, so when we open up the phone app or the desktop dashboard, you can see the location of all your keys or your cars or anything else that you're putting a tag on every 2 minutes. Can you imagine being able to open up your desktop dashboard and see the location of every single key at once? So if you had a key that got left over at your overflow lot, you could simply click on it and it would tell you what stock or VIN it's associated to. That's exactly what you can do with TrueSpot. I can show you the location of every key across a single campus or multiple campuses, or I can show you all of your vehicles as well. If you want to track things like dealer plates, golf carts, jump boxes, gas cards, you can track those as well. So obviously you can track everything that's on the campus. You simply run a search for a stock or VIN and it's going to show you the location of that key or car or both. But what about when things leave the campus? Let's talk about that for a second. I'm gonna slide across the top over here. I've got last sightings for inventory and one for keys. Anytime a key or a vehicle leaves, it starts a timer immediately on that specific stock or VIN. So that way, at any given point, you can come in here and go, hey, do I have any keys that have been off the campus for, let's say, more than 24 hours? And it'll show you that stock or VIN assigned to that key that's currently off the campus. Now, I could take it even a step further. If you want to know exactly when it left, I can show you within a 2-minute window that it left at 12:54 p.m. right here from the main building and then left the campus and hasn't been back. Right? So if you had to pull up a camera system, you absolutely could. Now, related to that, there's 2 very important things that you should know about our system. Of course, I can show you what's on the campus. 2, I can show you anything that's left the campus and how long it's been gone for. 3, I can provide your team with alerts on things that leave. So if you said, hey, 4 hours is the first window, can I get alerts when something's gone for more than, let's say, 20 minutes, 30 minutes? That way, if test drives happen but it doesn't come back, I can see that. Absolutely. I can set your entire team up of managers to know anytime a key or a vehicle is off the campus for more, let's say, 30 minutes. Now, to take that even a step further, let's pretend you're thinking, well, what if a key leaves with one of my sales guys, right? How can I figure that out? Okay, let's talk about that. 1, you'd see that it was checked out of your key machine by them. So I know, okay, Justin checked it out. I can see that it left, and it left right around the time he left because he's left for the day or he left to go to lunch. Now, to take it a step further, if you shot me a text message and said, hey, we just opened up the TrueSpot app. When I do, it turns on location services and it can ping a key tag off campus. So it could ping it at my house or if I'm at lunch. So if I didn't realize I had it and it was in my work jacket, this is a great way to be able to locate that key off the campus. This way, you're not recutting keys to vehicles where the key already exists and then it makes it back 2 days later. I don't want you to waste that money or that time. You just need to get that first key back so you don't end up recutting one. Not only can we help you locate keys in vehicles, but what if you wanted reporting? What if you wanted to report like this one to say, hey, I want you to show me anything that's been sitting in my service department or in my recon department that hasn't moved in a single day, hasn't pulled into a service bay, hasn't pulled out of a service bay, the car has just been sitting stagnant. What if you said, show me anything for 2 days? What about 3 days? These are the kind of reports that I can generate to make your entire process faster. So you may be saying to yourself, okay, I'm interested. What does pricing look like? Well, let me give you some basics. The tracking tags themselves are $10. And of course, you can reuse those over and over and over again. Now, the network setup is all gonna be based around the number of locations you wanna have covered. If it's a single location, about $3,000. If you got multiple lots, give me a call, let's talk about that. Now, the subscription fee is the last piece. This is gonna be all determined around the number of assets that you're tracking. So for the guys that wanna track 200 assets, it's gonna be a little bit different fee than if you wanted to track 2,000 assets, right? If you want to figure out what your store looks like, give me a call, text, email, let's talk. I'd be more than happy to walk you through what it looks like to track at a single location, or maybe like this Lithia store at 2 locations. Or maybe you're saying to yourself, I want to track in retail, but can I also track in service? Absolutely. What if you had something you could throw on the rearview mirror of the car, click something on the keys, put this number on the RO and be able to track those? Or maybe you're one of those guys who has really limited space and you've got a parking structure and you want to know what level it's on and where on the level. We can do that as well. Give me a call, text, email. Let's set up a demo and talk about your store.